Have you ever wondered what the 2003 Daytona 500 would ever look like if it was ever reran and actually finished with a 200 lap race? Well, I'm fixing to show you in a computer simulated game online with every driver that ran in the 2003 season full-time Daytona 500 race cars. I'm going to show you the 2000 Daytona 500, the remake, but it's going to be redid. Ryan Newman, Jeff Green, the front row. We're going to have 42 drivers on the grid. We're going to see how these drivers do for a 200 lap race. Jeff Green, Ryan Newman has the front row. Bobby Labonte and Surpriser with the Brett Bodine machine won his Gatorade duel. We're fixing to show you the starting grid for the 2003 Daytona 500. Get ready to hold on to your face. We're ready to go here at Daytona. Now, the only thing is, for this type of racing here for 2003, this is going to be a different type of style of racing. Slingshotting is the key. So, it is very, very big to slingshot at this type of racetracks here. We're going to have some high-speed racing here. Ryan Newman, the Rocket Man, is going to have to pull for 200 laps of racing. Here we go. The 2003 Daytona 500 is underway. All ready to start the race. A lot of people have lost the draft. I don't know why. Ken Schrader's around. There's the Jerry Nadeau machine. Kurt Busch is involved in it. John Andretti. Ken Schrader is rolling like a top in turns number 2. As the field rushes through turns 3 and 4 to rush back to the caution flag, the field got split up on the start there, and the Rocket Man's going to lead lap number 1 and get the caution flag here. Let's take a replay. So with the high-speed rankings here at Daytona, the officials have asked the drivers to spread out and not be so bunched up on the start of the race here, and when they did that, it allowed everyone to get so bunched up that they had to run up on the guys in front of them when the green flag flew. So when the green flag flew, these guys were so far distanced from everyone back here that everyone was flying up to the pack. There's Jeff Burton having to check up, and there's Michael Waltrip in the 15 running right over Burton there, and here it is here. Right up the track, there's Ken Schrader, Jerry Nadeau, Kurt Busch tipping the 49 over. There's poor Sid slamming into Waltrip, tipping him over and tumbling him over as well. So, yeah, this is going to be nothing like the 2003 500 winner. So after all that, some guys made some pit stops. Brett Bodine, he didn't take any pit stops there, so his Hooters Ford is going to lead us down as well as Kerry Earnhardt here in the 83. And then there's Tony Stewart, the guy that led him back to the start-finish line. Ryan Newman's going to be in 4th, and Brett Bodine takes us to the green once again, so everyone back here looks like they're going to be good. John Andretti does not have any hood out there. So yeah, everyone into turns number 1 looks pretty fine right now. But here we are up front. Tony Stewart in that number 20 is trying as hard as he can on Brett Bodine to take the lead there. But the outside has been a very good groove here at Daytona as of late for this weekend. Everyone's been able to use that high line to their advantage and try and make passes and hold on to the lead. It's been the best groove here. Brett Bodine, he's shown he was a really good driver for the speed weeks here, as he won his Gatorade duel in a crazy race there, as him and Jack Sprague really showed out there. But here comes Stewart, just like we said with the drafting. It's really big and key to try and use your draft to your advantage, as he had a humongous draft off Brett, and Tony was just able to draft right on by Brett Bodine to take the lead there. Brett Bodine, in his later years here, he's not really shown much muscle in the NASCAR for a while here, and it's very good to see Brett Bodine actually running as strong as he is. It's been a really huge surprise to see Brett Bodine's number 11 Hooters car to be running this high up in the grid and be battling up here for this win, as he's got a fast car on him. I'd say watch out for him to see if he can get the win here in the 500, as Kerry Earnhardt has a fast race car. He drives it way up high with the help from Rusty Wallace as they move up there high there. Boy, oh boy, here we go. Tony Stewart pulling out with about a 5-car length advantage. However, caution number 2 would come out right here. We're hearing this with Joe Nemechek. Yeah, Hermie Sadler turns Joe Nemechek around, and right up the track, Hermie Sadler was there. Oh my goodness, wow! Hermie Sadler into the fencing. Joe Nemechek went over there as well. That was a horrific crash. Another view of this horrific incident here. Joe Nemechek and Hermie Sadler turn right there, and back up the track. Look at Hermie Sadler right into the fencing. Wow, it's great that the fence was able to hold that car and not go into the grandstands. That's the closest I've seen of a car going into the stands ever. And Hermie Sadler's car just got stuck into the fence. On board, Ward Burton, the 2002 Daytona 500 winner. He's the one that helped Hermie Sadler get up into the fence. And his chances at a back-to-back Daytona 500 title is done here. Well, after a little caution flag period there, Tony Stewart's going to lead Brett Bodine. Mark Martin, Jeff Green, and Kerry Earnhardt down to the green flag once again. Tony Stewart, he's got a very fast race car as well. Brett Bodine, it's all about the draft really for this race. If you got a fast enough car that can run at least 2 seconds off the fastest lap of qualifying, you got a car that can slingshot his way up to the front and try and win this race here. That's what Brett Bodine did. Bodine had a really slow car in qualifying, but he and Jack Sprague did an amazing job in their qualifying session to get up there and try and battle and win, and Brett Bodine did win. In his Gatorade Duel number 2, you got to give him a lot of credit there, as Jeff Green gets by him for the second spot. Scott Wimmer was black flagged for jumping the start there on the green flag, and his Bill Davis number, I think that's a Dodge, he had to come on in and serve a black flag. Here's one of the Earnhardts that have been the very quickest one here, Kerry. He's been really showing out here as of late. I mean, he didn't really do much in his Gatorade Duel race, or anything actually, but here in this race, he is doing all of he's really been showing out here. Kerry Earnhardt running up front here, getting the help from Bill Elliott up high there. Now they're going to slide back to the bottom side. I don't know where Dale Jr. is. I haven't really seen him all race. He's in the further back in this little pack here, trying to get the outside line to work there, but it's not really working for him that well. Tony Stewart is still with the lead, with Jeff Green right in behind him there. Brett Bodine trying to make it work up on the high side there. Brett's trying to been taking the lead once. Brett's been trying to take the lead just like Tony Stewart did on him earlier in the race, but here comes Brett peeking the inside, but it's not going to happen there. Jeff Green trying the outside now, but Tony Stewart's been able to hold the lead. Two of the most chill drivers of the circuit here in NASCAR got together here and nearly caused a caution. Dale Jarrett comes down on Terry Labonte. He thought he was clear, but he wasn't. Labonte was there, and Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte went up in on the wall there, but they would continue. No caution. Up front, we got a battle for the race lead. Jeff Gordon's got to peek the outside of Tony Stewart, but he has no friends. Brett Bodine, Kerry Earnhardt, the underdogs on the bottom. And now here comes Brett Bodine peeking up high with Jeff Gordon. Gordon looking to take the lead for the first time this race. He leads it on lap number 22. Now the pack is getting a run once again on lap number 23 with Brett Bodine and Jeff Green up top. Brett Bodine trying to get a run on Gordon here. These Daytona drivers are really showing out here. They're showing that they can contend for this win here and try and win the 500 with the type speeds they're going. Look at them, 230 at the finish line here. Amazing driving by these guys. Rusty Wallace got turned the inside there. Wallace back up the track. That looked very disastrous there. Rusty Wallace up in the wall. I think there's a wreck further behind him there. I think that's Steve Park. Park got turned around. Also, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. car got turned around as well. I think that's all that was involved. Jimmy Spencer's in it as well. And caution flag is out. Terry Labonte's in the pit road getting some Goodyear Eagles on that Chevrolet there. Gordon, his teammate, leading it back to the start-finish line here, and he will lead it. Wallace right here, Pete right here in the middle of 3 wide with Earnhardt there. Earnhardt bounced off the wall into Wallace, and Wallace went around. Bill Elliott was there and turned Wallace down. And here comes Rusty right back up the track. He's actually going to be able to continue for this win here probably. And Earnhardt Jr. ran in the back of Park when he was checking up for Wallace's incident up there. But further back, look at that. Spencer tried to go 3 wide on Labonte, and he hit the wall right there and bounced around. That was Kevin Harvick that hit him around as well, but Spencer should be able to continue on. Going back to green flag racing on lap 29, Jeff Gordon leads us down once again with the 6 car of, I keep wanting to say Luke Martin there, but that's Mark Martin right there in 2nd place. Brett Bodine's in 3rd, but Tony Stewart's going to go down the inside of him with Jeff Green behind him as well. Kenny Wallace thought he may have had a vibration coming to the start of the race right there again, and Wallace didn't want to chance it, and he came on in for some right side tires. However, here we are, 3 wide on lap 30 here. Look at this pack of racing. We're nearly 230 miles an hour here. Gordon, the leader, is in the wall. Jeff Green takes the lead. Craven's bringing it down into the pits. Jeff Green leads it here on lap 31. Look at this pack of cars here. Jeff Green uses the 27 car, Scott Wimmer, as a pick, and Wimmer right now on the tail end of the lead lap there. He really would love to see a caution flag. Tony Stewart right there in 2nd. Brett Bodine in 3rd. Kerry Earnhardt in 4th. On the outside, it's Gordon working his way back to the front, using his teammate, a lap car of Terry Labonte, pushing him up to the top of the groove there. But Labonte actually goes to the bottom side there and leaves Gordon out to dry there. And look at Bill Elliott hit the wall there. Elliott's in the wall. And they keep it good. Front 4, counting the lap car, is single file. Bill Elliott hits the wall again. Craven brings it back on the racetrack once again. And Jeff Green leads it. And there's Jack Sprague coming back on the racetrack once again. This has been really big with Daytona. You try and not hit the wall. You cannot try and hit the wall because the wall will really tear your car to pieces, because you got to use every inch of the racetrack here, and the pack is really spreading out now. And so yeah, if you hit the wall a lot, you're probably going to have to pit a lot because the damage gets too severe and you have to bring it on in. So Green, following Scott Wimmer around the racetrack, leads it with Tony Stewart right behind him there, and caution flag is out once again. So we were hearing the caution flag was only for debris, because a lot of people was coming into the pit road because they was bouncing off the wall, causing a lot of damage to their race cars, and had to pit to repair it because it was being too much damage on the race cars. And for them bouncing off the wall so many times, there was debris on the racetrack. So NASCAR officials went out there and got the debris out the racetrack. Terry Labonte lap car gets out in front once again. Steve Parker lap car is trying to get out in front. Your leader is Ricky Rudd in the Ford Taurus. They did pit stops, and Rudd was out first. And Rudd, I think he took 2 side tires or something like that. Jeff Green second, but here comes Tony Stewart to the inside with Mark Martin there. And Stewart, the best car all race, takes the lead once again. I'm telling you, these lap cars are really fighting to try and stay at the head of the leaders in hopes of a caution, because they want to get back on the lead lap and not have to deal with these guys. Terry Labonte, Steve Park, and Scott Wimmer are fighting really hard here. And look at Jeff Green. He's going to use Wimmer as a pick to try and take the lead there. And that's Dave Blaney in the 77 car. He's on the lead lap as well, pushing his way forward. Green gets by the 20 car. And Scott Wimmer goes by to be right ahead of the leaders here. But yeah, Terry Labonte leads his pack here. He was in an incident earlier in the race, and he wants to try and get back on the lead lap here. And Green leads another lap. Another caution will come out again here with Ricky Rudd. Mike Skinner turns Ricky Rudd in right here, just like Wallace, but back up the track. There's Kerry Earnhardt. Hard hit for Rudd. Really heavy impact there. And there's Jimmy Johnson there. Jeff Burton getting involved there. Big lick. Oh my God. humongous wreck here on lap 49 here. Ricky Rudd up and over. Wow. There's Jason Heskley, I think that's how you say his name there. Jerry Nadeau, his run is finally done there. Whoa, Jeff Burton and Jimmy Johnson. Here's a look on Jeff Burton. The 21 just had a humongous hit there coming back up the track. Here's Jeff Burton getting nailed there with a 21. Tumbling down the track here. And there's a 9 right there. Bill Elliott. Jimmy Johnson's there as well. And Johnson's going to get hit right there by Burton. And Johnson's just going to flip right back over because of it. He was going to get away there just fine to go back to the pits, but Johnson is tipped over. We're hearing that Ricky Rudd is being sent to the nearest hospital here. This was a heavy impact, especially to the outside wall. Just watch him as he comes right back to the track. Heavy impact there. And then, right here is going to hit driver's side door. Right here after this hit here, you're going to see it. Bam! Right there by, right there by Greg Biffle. And that was more in the, right there in the corner panel instead of the driver's door, but that was still a heavy impact run. After a bunch of pit stops there, Jeremy Mayfield is going to be your race leader when we get back on our way. Jeff Gordon's going to be in second, Jeff Green in third, Mark Martin in fourth, and Dave Blaney rounds out the top 5 as we got a lot of guys right there. A lap down, Jeremy Mayfield gets away with the lead. Another caution flag would come out right here just a lap after the restart right there. Mike Skinner and Matt Kenseth hook around right here. And around goes Mike Skinner, and then back up the track. There goes Rusty Wallace again, but Skinner and Kenseth go around to bring out this caution. As we get set once again on the restart once more, Ryan Newman is going to be your race leader. And Kevin Harvick and Tony Stewart right in behind him there. Only 17 cars on the lead lap. This Daytona 500 is being really big on survival. As for the 200 laps here, 500 miles, Scott Wimmer, the lap car, gets out in the way in front of the field here as RCR cars behind him there kind of struggle to get up to speed. However, another caution will come out here. Jimmy Spencer, who's had kind of a rough day here. He was running inside the top 10 here, running really close to the outside wall, clips the safer barrier. There's Park that turns him around, and here comes the rest of the field back here. There's Jack Sprague, Brett Bodine, one of the fastest cars all weekend here, got involved in that one. Kenseth in it again, and Jack Sprague's got an engine blowing up because of it, so that's going to be his race done there. Wow, a lot of guys are ending this, are not going to be able to finish this race here. We're racing back to the start-finish line, and Scott Wimmer is finally going to get back on the tail end of the lead lap there. He beats Ryan Newman to the start-finish line, and this is one of what the lap cars have been wanting to do for a while now, is to get their lap back. And Scott Wimmer, then the Bill Davis racing car, the only Bill Davis racing car still left really running on there with a chance to win, beat Newman back to the line to get on the lead lap. However, it was Newman leading it back to the start-finish line, but Jeff Gordon did lead out on the pits once again. Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, Jeff Green, Bobby Labonte, Mark Martin, and Dale Jarrett. These Sony Cup Series drivers getting me mixed up with the real drivers here. Gordon leads once again. This backpack is really holding up the rest of the field here. Jimmy Johnson, Robbie Gordon, they're really off the pace. They're holding up Kevin Harvick, Rusty Wallace, Matt Kenseth, Elliott Sadler, and Jeremy Mayfield, guys on the lead lap there. And Robbie Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, the guys that are really off the pace in a lap down. Getting in the way here, Rusty Wallace and now Matt Kenseth peek out in front on the bottom side to get past them there. We thought that Scott Wimmer had finally got his lap back, but he actually got one of the 2 laps down back. Now he's only 1 lap down. He's up here in this lead pack. Terry Labonte and Ricky Craven and Scott Wimmer are the only guys 1 lap down. They're running together there. And you got like Kurt Busch and Steve Hart. There's Kurt Busch right there. And Steve Hart further back right there. He is also 2 laps down. Robbie Gordon is the next guy 2 laps down. He's back here with Johnson. There's Robbie Gordon, Jimmy Johnson. Then Kenny Wallace, who's 3 laps down. Remember, he had some mechanical issues earlier in the race there. He was in the pit road. 3 laps down is him. And I think that is all the guys still left running on the racetrack. Yeah, 23 guys left running on the racetrack to win this Daytona 500. Newman has really been able to hold these guys at bay the last few laps here. Ryan Newman leads over Ricky Craven, a lap car, who is trying to get his lap back. He is one of the guys that is only one lap down. Craven runs 16th. Scott Wimmer and Terry Labonte being the only guys one lap down. Dave Blaney comes across the line in second place. Right there in the 30 car, Jeff Green. Third place. Fourth place is Jeff Gordon. Fifth is Tony Stewart. That's the top 5 on lap number 88. And there's Mark Martin in 6th. 7th, Johnny Benson doing a good run there. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who has had some troubles throughout this race, runs in 8th place. 9th place is Dale Jarrett, who had our troubles right there with Rusty Wallace. Actually, Terry Labonte earlier in the race, actually. He got some troubles there. He runs 9th and 10th. The last guy on the lead lap in this pack, Bobby Labonte, runs in 10th. And the lap car, Steve Park, 2 laps down. Jeremy Mayfield in 11th is on the lead lap. Right behind him, there is Matt Kenseth on the lead lap as well. Elliott Sadler on the lead lap. Rusty Wallace, 14th on the lead lap. These are guys that got held up by Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson earlier in the race. Kevin Harvick's on the lead lap. Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson is a lap down. The only guy so far to get by Newman is Ricky Craven, but here on the outside, Jeff Green peaking high there. But Ricky Craven really wants to see a caution right about now. There's not many guys still left running on the racetrack, but Craven really would love to see him get a caution. But Green cleared Newman for the lead there on the outside down the back straightaway with little to much any help there. It's Jeff Green, Ryan Newman, Dave Blaney, Jeff Gordon, and Tony Stewart. That's the front 5 up here in this pack. And then you got right back there Scott Wimmer leading Mark Martin up into the field there. That's going to be 6 guys in the battle. They run up on Jimmy Johnson. Lap car there. Johnson really has something really slowing his car down. That's going to really help these guys further back here like Terry Labonte and Kurt Busch. Labonte's 2 laps down, so is Kurt Busch, but Dale Jarrett running 7th right now. This is going to help him get back up to the front. They're really bottlenecked up here in the front of the field here. Craven, right now at the tail end of the lead lap, would love to see a caution. Jeff Green, Dave Blaney, Tony Stewart, they get away from Jimmy Johnson's slow automobile. Well, by lap 92, you see right here, the pace lights are not on, so that means no caution, but caution came out right here, and they're throwing a debris caution right here, so there is nobody wrecked on the racetrack, so it has to be a debris caution. So yeah, we found out it was a debris caution. Here we are into the pit road. Dave Blaney, Tony Stewart, Jeff Green, and others are in. Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, Dale Jr., Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield, Matt Kenseth, Elliott Sadler, Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Johnny Benson, all big favorites for this win in the 500. They're on the lead lap. Trying to see right here, Bobby Labonte, there he is pulling into the pits here. I thought he was pulling out. Dave Blaney pulls on out there. Dale Jarrett had a blistering fast stop, but Jeff Green and Tony Stewart get away, and really close between Blaney and Jarrett, but I think Blaney got it. And so as these cars get their adjustments thing going, Ryan Newman pulls on out. So yeah, we're going to go back to the green. Jeff Green is going to lead Tony Stewart, Dave Blaney, Dale Jarrett, and Mark Martin down to the green flag. Green flag is out, lap 98 out of 200. Jeff Green is getting some threats up high here. Ricky Craven, 16th. The first guy only 1 lap down. Scott Wimmer and Terry Labonte being the only guys 1 lap down. Ricky Craven hoping for a caution, trying to get back on the lead lap here. And Craven is going to clear with some help from Dave Blaney. And here we are. Lap 100 is underway here. We're at the halfway point. Who's going to lead the halfway mark? Dave Blaney leads up front here for the first time this entire race here. Whoa, Ricky Craven shook him up front there. Blaney, Martin, Green, Terry Labonte a lap down, Wimmer a lap down, and Tony Stewart right there. That's the front 4 right there, along with the 3 lap cars that are 1 lap down. But Dave Blaney is looking like he's going to leap the halfway point over with Mark Martin and Jeff Green, and right in behind him as well. Jeremy Mayfield's up there as well in the battle. And right here, Dave Blaney leads it halfway. Elliott Sadler said that he thought he ran over some debris on the racetrack, thinking it was some debris that was hit off the wall from these guys running some fast laps, hitting the wall there. Sadler, he came on in, and I think that put him a lap down. Dave Blaney picking underneath of Ricky Craven here. Blaney is the leader, but Craven is trying to hold off to be where if a caution came out, he could lead it and stay in front of the leaders to get his lap back. So Craven leads over Dave Blaney, and Mark Martin down low there. Mark Martin down low of Dave Blaney, and Scott Wimmer's trying to help Mark Martin by Blaney here. But it's going to be Dave Blaney at the finish line. The outside has really been a good groove here. Wimmer trying to squeeze Labonte in the wall. Tony Stewart, Jeff Green, and Jeremy Mayfield, the top 5. Back here in 6th is Jeff Gordon. 7th, Dale Jarrett. 8th place, you got to go all the way back to Johnny Benson. 9th is Ryan Newman. And then round out the top 10 is Dale Earnhardt Jr. as well. And boy, they're really squeezing hard up front here. Blaney continues to lead the way here at Daytona. Here's one guy that's been really laying low most of the race. He's now up to 3rd in the middle of all this lap traffic here. Dave Blaney and Martin in 1st and 2nd as Martin's going for the lead there. Martin's actually going to take the lead down the backstretch, but Jeremy Mayfield has really been laying low all race. And Jeremy Mayfield now in that number 19 Dodge has got his 19 Dodge up to 3rd place now. Good run for the 19 car. Here's another guy who is really fighting hard here, Terry Labonte. Another one of them guys that are fighting hard to get back on the lead lap. Him and the number 32 of Ricky Craven doing really good up front here. And now they get their way up to 1st and 2nd of this pack here. But Mayfield leads for the first time here today on lap 112. And he's going to peak low of Terry Labonte here. But the outside groove is the preferred line, but he might be able to kick Labonte back. I'm sure these lead lap cars are gonna try all they can to try and keep the lap cars a lap down, so they don't have to come back and threat for them for the end of this race here. As Mayfield is trying to beat Mark Martin right now. Mark Martin's got to run up high. The slingshot draft, like we said at the start of the race, is what is really key at this racetrack right now. The draft has been really useful to a lot of drivers, even the slower teams. Here comes Mark Martin down low here. Jeff Green's good run is probably going. Jeff Green is talking on the radio about that he might be going down a cylinder in that number 30 Chevrolet, and that's not what is good for RCR. The main driver left on the racetrack to battle for the win here. Green is losing the pack. It's getting pretty worse as the race progresses for Jeff Green as he keeps coming on the radio here. But lap 124, he's able to run in the draft okay, but he lost touch with that front pack and he thought it was maybe a mechanical failure, but now he is running just fine. The leaders are going to run up on the back markers of Jimmy Johnson and Ricky Craven here, and they're going to have to run really high here to miss them. Craven up near against the wall. Craven's actually in the wall, so is Martin. Oh, and Terry Labonte got turned. Terry Labonte, number 5, got turned around there. This is exactly what Craven wants to have happen, because now Craven might be able to get back on the lead lap here. Mark Martin's trying to keep that from happening, trying to catch him, but Craven getting held up by Johnson here. Dave Blaney in 2nd, Tony Stewart 3rd, 4th for Jeremy Mayfield, and 5th place all the way back here. They're already slowing down because they took the caution, but right here, it looks like Ricky Craven is actually going to be able to get back on the lead lap here. Ricky Craven, after leading this little pack around for many laps, is going to be back on the lead lap here. I think so, at least. Yeah, he will. Attaboy to Ricky Craven. And also, Robbie Gordon was able to stay in front of the leaders here and stay on whatever lap he was on. I think he was 2 or 3 laps down. Here it is again. They was all near the wall following each other. And Labonte hit the wall there. Blaney didn't, and Blaney ran in the back of him. And Terry Labonte, he was in an incident earlier with Dale Jarrett, and another incident here today with Dave Blaney, but he did not really hit anything, and he should be fine. Still, only 1 lap down. He could get back in this if he gets the caution at the right time. However, Newman, out of all the pit stops there, would be the leader of this little pack here. He is on the tail end of the pack, though. Mark Martin is your race leader. Bobby Labonte went with only 2 side tires. So did Martin as well, but Dave Blaney took 4. And it's probably going to be a good idea to take 4 tires here at the stint of the race. I think Labonte and Martin are going to be sitting ducks, but we're going to have to see how they do. Ryan Newman and Steve Park are trying all they can do to stay in front of the 6 to try and get as much laps back as possible. Newman is right now counted as on the lead lap. Steve Park is in 21st, 3 laps down. Right now he's trying to get back, only 3 laps down. And if he can stay in front of him this lap, he would only be 2 laps down to the leader of Mark Martin. These SCS drivers really are getting to me, man. But yeah, the leaders up here in this pack include Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, Dave Blaney, and Johnny Benson up here in this pack here. Scott Wimmer in the 27, he is a lap down. These are the guys that are a lap down, only one lap down. Scott Wimmer, Elliott Sadler, and Terry Labonte are 1 lap down, and if they would be ahead of the leaders when a caution comes out, they could get back on the lead lap. But they're having troubles catching the other pack here. Jimmy Johnson and Robbie Gordon really held up these guys on the start of the restart there, and they lost touch with this little pack here. So give them a few laps, and they may be able to catch them here. Look at this run right here. Bobby Labonte getting help from his teammate. That's the kind of drafting that has been going on like all speed weeks. It's amazing drafting work, and this new era of racing should be great. We're going to see more of it in the 2015 Sony Cup Series, Daytona 500, so I've prepared for you guys to go watch that whenever it comes in April. But Bobby Labonte is going to lead his first lap here today, and he leads it with Tony Stewart right behind him there, but Stewart peeking up high there as well. They're trying to beat Newman. That is the big driver that they're trying to beat, the leaders are, because Newman has a very, very fast car. He's shown it all race long, and if they can keep Newman a lap down, then that'll help them in their chances of winning. Tony Stewart takes the lead here, and he's got a fast car as well, so he's going to be one of the guys to contend with for the finish of this race here. Dave Blaney in the 77 car. The passes have been incredible up high. There's been a lot of good passes down low, a lot of good passes down up high. And these are some good names up here racing. Dave Blaney, Johnny Benson, Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, and Luke Martin. Mark Martin, I keep saying that. But Mark Martin. The top 5 are up here. Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon trying to fight their way back forward. Rusty Wallace, who has had a lot of collisions here today, but has been able to stay in the race and manage to the end of it. And then here is also Elliott, who had to pit for a flat tire. He thought he ran over with debris. He's a lap down. Jeremy Mayfield led a lap earlier in the race near halfway. He's trying to claw his way back forward with Dale Jarrett right behind him as well. And the 32 is back on the lead lap. That's Ricky Craven. It'll be nice to see how Craven could do. He got his lap back by staying up front because he had a fast car too. So it should be good to see and interesting. Jeff Green, who thought he had like a mechanical problem. We heard the car shut off on him down the back straightaway. And he thought he had a mechanical issue and he was going to bring it to pit road, but he got it fired back up halfway down the straightaway, and Green continued, but really some miscues under the engine there. But Dale Jr., he's kind of struggled all race. I mean, he did have some problems earlier in the race, but he's been really struggling. And Matt Kenseth, he's also been struggling as well. So is Harvick. They're at the last few people on the lead lap here. While Dave Blaney leads, Bobby Labonte, Johnny Benson, Tony Stewart, and Mark Martin, the top 5. Here comes the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman. Past Dave Blaney there to get back on the lead lap. Now, if a caution was to come out, it would really be a big favor for Newman to get back on the lead lap to try and get up there to the leaders. Park is another guy, Steve Park. He's 3 laps down. He's trying to get back only on 2 laps down, racing up in here. I don't really like Steve Park being up here in this pack, but he might be. Oh, is caution flag out? No, it's not. They look like they were slowing in turns number 1, but Yeah, Steve Park, he might be one of the guys to mess up the finish of this race here if this stays green, but we should have at least one more pit stop to end this race off with. Yeah, maybe if you can give me a cheeseburger, that'd be fine. Oh, here we got a wreck, a caution. Yeah, we do. It's in turn 1. Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., they look like they have had some problems here. And racing back to the caution flag, Dave Blaney and Bobby Labonte have gotten by Ryan Newman. And Newman is not going to be able to keep his lap. He's going to stay a lap down. And Dave Blaney takes the caution flag. Here's what put us under a caution again. Yeah, they really stacked up there. And Kurt Busch did exactly what I think it was Dale Jarrett. Either Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte. A little like that incident with Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte earlier in the race. And they went around for it, but they should be able to keep going. And that might hurt their chances of actually winning because Dale Jr. was on the lead lap when Kurt Busch was like 2. As the leaders come in for maybe their final stop, it's going to be really pushing it. Dave Blaney is in. Bobby Labonte, we know he took 2 tires last time. He came in with Mark Martin and took 2 tires. We know they have to take 4 because the tire wear has been really insane here. But Martin actually stays out with Stewart. Maybe they think they can't make it all the way to the end of the race here. They must think that they won't be able to make it all the way on fuel. Dale Jarrett's also one of the guys that stay out. Jarrett stays out. Wow. Harvick also stays out. But everyone else came in for some fuel and some tires. Dave Blaney, Bobby Labonte, Johnny Benson, Rusty Wallace, Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Gordon, and Craven, along with Kenseth and Jr. and Jeff Green, who went under the hood for a while to check to see if what could have happened earlier while he was leading. But let's go ahead and get back to the green. Wow, some interesting pit calls there. Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, who took 2 tires last time, stayed out. That's going to be interesting to see if his tires can hold up because they're going like 230 to 240 miles an hour around this track. Dale Jarrett, who has really not been up here all race long. He's been hanging around in the back. He got involved with an incident earlier in the race with Terry Labonte, which actually put Labonte a lap down, but Jarrett managed to stay on the lead lap and is as high as he ever been all race. Tony Stewart leads, but Scott Wimmer is trying to stay on the lead lap here, and it's not going to happen as long as it is here. Stewart to the inside trying to take him back a lap down, but the outside has been the best groove in, but Stewart puts him back a lap down. And Dave Blaney with fresher tires smokes by Kevin Harvick. Bobby Labonte has fresh tires as well. He goes right around Ryan Newman. And boy, oh boy, Jimmy Johnson is really going to hold up these guys. Coming to lap 157, Tony Stewart has a humongous lead over this pack led by Scott Wimmer, who is trying to get his lap back. Wimmer has been trying for so long to get his lap back, but it's not been it for him. He's got a pretty slow car trying to get back on the lead lap, but the draft should be able to help him if he can get up there to Stewart. Stewart's got a fast car though. Mark Martin in second. Ryan Newman, who is also caught a lap down, trying to get back up there. Dale Jarrett, Dave Blaney, and Bobby Labonte on the lead lap. Up here battling for this 500 win as well. Park is a lap down. Elliott Sadler's a lap down. Rusty Wallace, Park pits again, but Wallace and Gordon and Park, Wallace, Gordon, and Green are on the lead lap, are on the bottom charging their way forward. Johnny Benson, Craven, Kenseth, Harvick, Mayfield, all back there that are on the lead lap and have a chance at winning this race here. But Tony Stewart is continuing to hold the field at bay with nearly 42 laps to go here. This is the closest they've been to Tony Stewart here. Wimmer had a good run at him, but he really, when you get up to the car that close, you really lose the suck up there. And Dave Blaney is now right on the back bumper of Tony Stewart. What it would be if Dave Blaney could upset and win this Daytona 500 for the 77 team. Wimmer is yet again losing the front 2 here, and if he can get a good push, it could probably draft up to him again. But Newman, Elliott Sadler has also caught this pack here in that 38 car. So Elliott Sadler, Ryan Newman, and Scott Wimmer, the 3 guys actually that are 1 lap down, are up here in this pack. By lap 165, Tony Stewart and Dave Blaney have taken out to a huge lead. They have, the last few laps, they have just been drafting together, and it's been good enough to pull away from this field behind them. And man, this may come down to just 2 cars if we go green all the way, because this pack right here, led by Scott Wimmer, is not being able to do anything with them 2 cars up in front of them. They really need to get past Scott Wimmer, if anything here, because they have not been able to get Wimmer back up to the front like they did the last time when Stewart was leading. But 230 here, and 232 here. Oh, we may have a wreck in the back. Jeff Gordon's around. There's that caution I was talking about. And Tony Stewart's going to lead Dave Blaney around. A caution flag is out. Wimmer and Newman, guys that are a lap down, they're not going to be able to get their lap back here. But right here, Dave Blaney, Tony Stewart is going to lead them back to the start-finish line here. And the instant bringing out the caution here, Jeff Gordon, who had a really fast race car here to win the 500 here today. He's torn to bits here. But Stewart leads it under a caution. Slow-mo it here a little bit. Gordon and Jarrett on the lead lap. They're battling for position in this pack. Gordon's going to go 3 wide and then checks up to try and get behind Jarrett. And Jarrett slowed down even more for hitting the ball. And Rusty Wallace was there. And Rusty's going to go back up the track into Dale. And nowhere for any of these guys to go. Gordon mostly got turned around from it. Jarrett and Wallace should be able to continue on there, but Elliott Sadler, I don't know about him. He looks like he's going to get a big hit there. Yeah, Elliott Sadler, his day is probably done there, but Gordon, his chances in winning the 500 is pretty much done there. For final pit stops here. This will be final. They can make it all the way. Tony Stewart is in. Dave Blaney is in. Matt Kenseth on the lead lap is in. Jeremy Mayfield, Jeff Green, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, Ricky Craven, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kevin Harvick. Jeff Gordon is still on the lead lap. He's also in as well. Now, you got these guys right here. Scott Wimmer, Ryan Newman. I don't know if they'll be able to get back on the lead lap at all this race, because they need a lot of luck here. And Terry Labonte is also a lap down, along with the 38 of Elliott Sadler. The 10 of Johnny Benson's a lap down, so they need to have some really luck if they want to get back on the lead lap. But out first, let's see here. It looks like it's Dave Blaney. Dave Blaney in the 77 beats out Tony Stewart. That's a good run right there. Dave Blaney's crew did it for him. Out first. Blaney is the leader. And Benson had to roll the dice along with Park. They are not Park, but Newman. They need to find some way to get back up there and on the lead lap to try and win this 500. If they can't get back on the lead lap and have some luck, they're not going to be able to do it. But up front, looks like right here, Tony Stewart got by Blaney. And Stewart back to the point here at Daytona. But right here, Dave Blaney, he's going to get it back here on the outside. He's got a big run up high with Jeff Green here. Jeff Green's back up here in the mix. That's really cool here. Green, who had troubles earlier down the back straightaway, lost the front pack earlier. He had a fast race car, and now is up here pushing Blaney back up to the front there. Blaney in the number 77 passes Stewart up high. Now you got Blaney, Jeff Green, Ricky Craven, who was a lap down earlier, Matt Kenseth, Jeremy Mayfield. They're all up here now. But up front, Johnny Benson, what he needs to have happen. Ryan Newman, they're up here in shot of getting back on the lead lap here. Jeff Green swoops around the outside here of Dave Blaney. Green leads it at the stripe there. Ricky Craven, who got his lap back at like lap 122. He was a lap down for most of this race. And now Craven pushes back Jeff Green to the point here. But wow, most of these guys further back here. Rusty Wallace, Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin there. The guys who was leading earlier. They lost the pack because of back markers of Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson. Look at this guy on the high side, Matt Kenseth. We haven't talked about him all race. He hung in the back of the field. Matt Kenseth, we thought he had a problem all race. And Matt Kenseth, the Killer Bees, are up here battling. He's battling for third alongside Ricky Craven in the 32 Tide Pontiac. With the help from Terry Labonte, who's trying to get back on the lead lap. Matt Kenseth goes by Ricky Craven and now is battling Green here in the 30 car. Johnny Benson, Steve Park continuing to lead the way. And Matt Kenseth, with the help from Terry Labonte, gets alongside Jeff Green. But Newman quickly jumps up high there. Newman and Benson trying to hold on to their lap here to be on the lead lap. Newman blocked the 17 car, but look at the move Ricky Craven did on the 30. These drivers are throwing it out there on the line here. Coming back to the line, 24 laps to go. Oh my goodness, these guys are slicing and dicing here. At the finish line, give it to Jeff Green, but Matt Kenseth is looking to take the lead here for the first time here today. With the help from Terry Labonte and helping out Ryan Newman. New leader, Matt Kenseth. He takes the point here. Coming back to 20 laps to go. Here comes Tony Stewart. He had a humongous run. He helped Terry Labonte get by him there of Matt Kenseth, the leader. And now you got, look at Tony Stewart with such a slingshot draft. Look at that draft there. What a power move by Tony Stewart. He's going to go by all three of these guys if he can. Newman with the block there. Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. Tony Stewart leads the way, but Matt Kenseth up high is trying to get the run here. Ryan Newman leads the pack around here at Daytona, but Matt Kenseth dives it low. That's not pretty much the good groove. Stewart leads over Matt Kenseth. Further back there, Dave Blaney, Ricky Craven, Jeff Green, that's the top five, but don't forget also Jeremy Mayfield's in this pack as well. That's a pack of 6 cars on the lead lap. Kenseth trying to find some way to get back by Tony Stewart. Stewart with no help. Stewart has nobody to help him there. Oh, Kenseth! Kenseth got turned! Ricky Craven also in the fight here. He's around. Kenseth sliding back up the track. In the wall goes Kenseth. Oh, humongous hit. Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte. Oh my goodness. Johnny Benson's up and over. Mark Martin is in it. Dale Jr. is involved in that one as well. Wow. Big wreck here. With only a few laps to go there. Terry Labonte looks like he was involved in it. Dave Blaney's involved in this wreck as well. And Jimmy Johnson pretty much is going to be suspended for life after that. Pretty much idiotic. We saw this humongous run up high with Kenseth and Craven. Kenseth at the wall, Craven turned him around, but we didn't see this incident here. Craven piling it back on the racetrack there. Bam, right there. There's Dave Blaney that got a piece of it. Wimmer's hopes were done as well. And there's Benson flipping in the back there. Dale Jarrett did a good job to miss that incident there, but Craven tumbling there. His good run after going a lap down and coming back up there to battle for the win is done. Ricky Craven was trying all he could do to get up there to battle for the win, and this happened. Such a wild ride for Ricky Craven. On board Bobby Labonte, he was one of the guys that got involved in this incident. Man, Benson came flying in on Wallace, and nowhere to go for Labonte. Rusty Wallace was running really good. He was running up here high in the pack at the time, 7th place, and this happens. Oh, that was a heavy lick there. And he kept getting slammed too there. Move of the race. Watch Dale Jarrett miss a wreck avoidance. Oh my God. DJ. Wow. Dale Jarrett running in 8th position on the lead lap. that move, if he could win this race here, that will be the move of the race that wins it. Unbelievable wreck avoidance there. Daytona has beaten and battered these race drivers here today, but they will not be denied. Tony Stewart is going to lead them back to the green flag once again with only a few laps to go. Jeff Green is in second. Jeremy Mayfield is in third, guys. Dale Jarrett with the most unbelievable wreck avoidance is in fourth. And right back here in fifth position is Kevin Harvick, who has not done much to anything this race. He's in fifth. Sixth place is Jeff Gordon. We thought he was out of the running of this race. He's still in it. Sixth place. Dave Blaney's in this as well. Ryan Newman on the lead lap. And Bobby Labonte still in this race as well. That's the top 9 drivers on the lead lap. Terry Labonte is a lap down, but is in 10th position. Jeff Green, Jeremy Mayfield down the inside. They're going to come to low here. They need to team up to try and catch that 20 car because Tony Stewart has got a bad fast car here today. Coming back to the line, it's only going to be 11 laps to go, but these front 4 are looking like the guys to contend for this win if we do not have a caution flag. All the way back here, back in 5th place, Dave Blaney. I don't know if he'll be able to get back up there. He had damage from last instant. Dale Jarrett, I still can't believe the wreck avoidance he did. He's got help from Terry Labonte, the guy he wrecked with early on in the race. Dale Jarrett passes Mayfield up to 3rd. Jeremy Mayfield back to 4th place. Terry Labonte still trying to get back on the lead lap, but his hopes at the 500 are pretty much done. We're too late in the race here. Dale Jarrett up to 3rd. Jeff Green, he's trying to win this race here, the 2000 Busch Series champion. And Tony Stewart, the 2002 champion. And boy, we may have a wreck further back there. They're really close there, but they hang on to it. Blaney got loose right there, moving the 5th place driver up from Ryan Newman. Harvick up to 6th. Blaney back to 7th. 8th is Gordon, and 9th is Bobby Labonte. Oh my god, here comes Dale Jarrett. Peaky low on Tony Stewart here, but not going to be enough here. Terry Labonte is the only one up high there. The high side's been the best group to be in. Kurt Busch, Terry Labonte, and Steve Parker, the only guys not on the lead lap in this front pack here. But boy, that car, it can fly all by itself. It sure can. Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte up on the high side here. Look out, here comes DJ. Dale Jarrett in search for his 4th Daytona 500 winner. Dale Jarrett alongside. Jarrett looking for his first lap lead up the entire 500 alongside of Tony Stewart. That wreck avoidance last time is probably the move of the race for DJ. Dale Jarrett with only 8 laps to go leads and takes it over from Tony Stewart. But will he be able to hold off here? Jeff Green is not going to go down without being denied as well. But where's Jeremy Mayfield? He's not had the very fastest car out there, but he knows how to work the draft as well. If he can get up there, watch out. Here comes Green, trying to do the snake down the backstretch. Here comes Tony Stewart. Here he comes. He has a big draft down the back straightaway. Dale Jarrett needs to block him here, because if Stewart gets to the front, look out. Oh, Stewart scraped the wall there. But Stewart has the outside groove here. But he's not going to be able to do it with DJ. Dale Jarrett leads the way. 6 laps of racing to go. The front 3 have pulled away. Dale Jarrett has not led any of this race until the last 8 laps. Jarrett holds the lead into turns number 1, but can Stewart pass him on the low side here? Can Jeff Green draft up to these guys and do something here? Jarrett blocks a 20 car. Mayfield is really struggling with these cars behind him, so I don't think they're going to be able to. Mayfield will be able to do anything here, but the front 3 are breaking away, little by little, coming to the 5 to go mark. Tony Stewart, no doubt the class act of the race, may get overtaken by one of the biggest legends of the NASCAR circuit, Dale Jarrett, 1999 champion and 3-time Daytona 500 winner, trying to hold off defending champion, 2002 champion Tony Stewart. Jeff Green trying to upset as well. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be insane. Stewart peeks the low side once more. 4 laps of racing to go. Tony Stewart needs to find a way to draft around the 88 of Dale Jarrett. Here comes Jeff Green. He has a run up high here. They're tightening up once again. It's a 3-car pack for the win. Mayfield up high there, getting a huge run around him there. But Jeremy Mayfield is probably not going to be able to get up there in time. But boy, oh boy, Stewart is trying all he can there. But Dale Jarrett's able to hold his own there. Dale Jarrett has always had a class act for hanging at the rear of the field in these super speedway type races. He's really calm, he's really chill on the radio and on the racetrack. He's not that aggressive. And Dale Jarrett, boy oh boy, when it's time the most to try and get up here and win, he's up here when it counts. But Jeff Green, he's got to run up here as well. But Stewart is going to try and throw the block here. And Green slices down the inside here. Tony Stewart's got to run here through the turn. Dale Jarrett, Tony Stewart, Jeff Green, 2 to go. Here comes Tony Stewart. Where is he going to make his move? Stewart peaks low into turns number 1. Oh boy, they got loose into that turn. Stewart loses a little bit of time to Dale Jarrett. Jeff Green trying to hang back to get a draft run on these guys. That's probably one of the smartest moves I've ever seen out of Jeff Green. But here we go, a lap and a half to go. Dale Jarrett, that wreck avoidance there with only like 15 laps to go, is probably going to winning the race here. Dale Jarrett. I can't believe this. I can't believe it. White flag is out in the air. A pass for the lead on the smokehead of Tony Stewart with 8 laps to go here for Dale Jarrett. He leads the way now, but can Tony Stewart do anything with him, or can Green make some run down the back straightaway? Stewart's got to find something in turns 3 and 4. Something that he hasn't been able to find in the last 8 laps. I don't think it's going to be able to happen here. Through 3 and 4, Dale Jarrett is now going to write his name in the history books in 2003 as a 4-time Daytona 500 winner here today. Dale Jarrett got involved in an incident earlier in the race with Terry Labonte, and that crew repaired it, and he hung in the rear of the field on the lead lap all race long ever since then. And Dale Jarrett, when it counted the most, he got up there to battle for the win and a pass for the lead with only less than 10 laps to go. Dale Jarrett is your Daytona 500 champion of 2003. I'm going to show you this part right here. The wreck avoidance that Dale Jarrett missed with only a few laps to go in the big wreck at the end of it. And that wreck avoidance is what got Dale Jarrett to victory lane here today for the Daytona 500. Dale Jarrett is now a 4-time Daytona 500 winner. And wow, that's amazing there. Move of the race. Watch Dale Jarrett's miss of wreck avoidance. Oh my god, DJ. Wow. Dale Jarrett running in 8th position on the lead lap. That move, if he could win this race here, that will be the move of the race that wins it. Unbelievable wreck avoidance there.